Hi everybody, we're going to go ahead and begin the training session now, and hopefully everyone can see my screen just fine. I'll go ahead and put it in presentation mode. So today we're here for the second Keys to Success training series by QuestionPro. Based on customer feedback, we wanted 2017's training to be focused on solutions-driven topics, as well as showcase new features and products that will make collecting insights better for admins who create the surveys and analyze the surveys, as well as for respondents. My name is Esther Lavielle. I'm the implementation manager here at QuestionPro, and my job is to help you with better using the tools that we offer through QuestionPro and address needs that our customer base is having to face every day to make their world a lot better. So anytime you have questions, feel free to email me. You can look me up on Twitter, send me a message, and I'll be happy to follow as well. We do have our own hashtag here, so we're K2SQP, and I do a search on it each week for questions and comments and stuff as well. So thank you for joining us. And today we are going to be focusing on new features to make surveys better. In 2016 Q4, or quarter number 4, we reached out to our customers and asked them, what can we improve and how to make the survey creation experience more efficient and easy to make edits and update logic, settings, and etc. And we got lots of great feedback and had our UI, UX team and our product team review all of the feedback that we got, and then we mapped out the dream and made it a reality. And not only are we improving, on what we already do in terms of insights and surveys, we also want to level up the experience. So we're going to show you not only are we doing surveys, but we're going to be doing some other things I think you're going to be very excited to see as well. So on our agenda today, we'll focus on the new UI UX for AddEdit surveys, and we'll do a live demo of what that looks like. And then we'll also, you'll also be the first to see the conversation forms and what that is, and also see live what that experience is for a respondent. In addition, we'll also be introducing the new Communities app by QuestionPro, and that will be very interesting for those who currently have an online communities platform and want to take it on the go via mobile. And we have 2 exciting ones to show you. One is an app through us and one that we've customized for a customer. And then the last one, we're going to talk about QuestionPro Audience, which is our sampling company within QuestionPro, and what has changed over the years and what is their success, and how you as a market researcher can partner with them to get really good respondents for all of the different survey projects or insights projects that you have throughout this year and beyond. And in this training, I'll be flipping between my slide deck here and also using my phone and doing a live demo on the site. So I wanted to apologize if there's any issues with seeing my screen. Please make sure to use the chat box and let me know. I will work really hard to be as diligent as possible to make this a good experience for everybody. And if you have any questions or comments, let me know, and I will work through them as we go along. And again, use the chat box and go to webinar to so then I'll be able to capture that. The goal really here is to make these trainings as engaging and interesting as possible, and most importantly, I want to make it useful for your insights needs. If you are seeing things that, again, you don't know if we're covering, or if you have very specific questions, we are here for you to answer those. So feel free to reach out to me specifically, or if you have a dedicated account manager or through iSupport, we're here to help you. So let's go ahead and get started here. So we wanted to focus really on the new UI and UX and how the AddEdit survey experience has changed for the admin. We have focused in on 4 key areas for this update. So now you can do inline add and editing. That means that we're really looking at the real estate of the entire screen and making sure it's a pleasant experience and make it easier to see and add edits directly in the question templates itself. And then we did move a few things over from editing to settings. So those are things that we'll go through and take a look at. And in addition, when you are adding logic or skip patterns to your survey, we've replaced that with a new icon that you can use directly from the question, so you can visually see what answers are going where and when you need to do those. So let me go ahead and flip out of here and pull up the site. And so here we have is just a completely blank survey. And to get to that point, nothing has changed there. You just want to go ahead and add your survey, give it a name, and then you're here. All these new items above look fairly familiar, but they are a little bit new. So you want to make sure that the icon is on Edit. It says Workspace. And then to add a new question, you'll just go ahead and click on Add Question. In the past, the question bank would open up on the right side, but now we've completely moved it to the left side, and you can scroll over all of the questions here and see a preview on what that would look like directly. So let's go ahead and just add a quick question. I'll just use the templates for now, and you can see, what does that look like? And then you can go ahead and copy and paste your questions in. So I'm just adding a quick question, and you can just go ahead and see how easy it is to go ahead and do inline editing directly on the template. So back in the days, it was just a small square on the right, and then you had to click preview to see what it potentially looks like, and now you can do everything directly inside here. So let me just keep building out something very simple. And you can also add additional options and also answer questions in bulk if you need. So if you just want to copy and paste those in, or just do it this way, and then you can go ahead and save those. Now the second thing you'll see on this particular template is that now the settings, instead of seeing the word edit, settings is where a lot of things have moved. And so if you need to update your answer type, you can physically see what that looks like. So you can see radio to check boxes, and that physically changes over here, to drop down to select question types. So the responses or the setting changes are immediately shown to you, and then you can go ahead and apply it. So I'll just keep those as is. So if you want to switch the layout, you can here. If you need to do multiple columns, if you need to update the display order for different reasons, to randomize it, ascending, descending, update colors if you need to keep it more organized, or if you want to include some advanced settings, you can also open up and see that you now can add YouTube videos, IDs, also add question tips. So if it's a complicated question, you want to add additional information, that stuff here is now available under the settings. Closing that, you'll also see here that if you need to copy the survey question over, you can. If you need to apply logic, you can click here, You can also click through here as well, and you can see right away all of the different logic options that are available for very specific question types. And again, if the logic options for a question type is or isn't available, you'll be able to see that immediately. And of course, any questions about those, click through the help button, which is the question marks, and review what those are. Here is the new updates, as well as where you can copy to a library of your choice. If you have a question bank, this is where you can build it. It's also considered a library. And you can also reorder it. That hasn't changed, and if you need to delete, you can as well. So one other thing you can do is if you need to click on any settings here, make updates, and update each of the particular answers, then you can click through Rich Content Editor. So if you need to add images for answers or add a dynamic comment box when they click on a particular question to get some further feedback, why did they pick Visa, you can do that as well. And also you can add headings to answers as well. So there's a lot of different things, and if you need to edit or remove an answer, this is where you go. So many things are right on this page now. In addition, if you need to make the question required, you can push this button here. And if you need to add any page breaks or separators, that has remained here as well. So really not too much of a change. Overall, we have been monitoring the feedback that we've gotten based off of these support team chats that are coming through, and overall many people have been very positive with the changes that we're doing. They are enjoying the real estate and everything as well, and so that's what we're really focused in on. And so I was just adding another question. Just to show you what the logic looks like. So if I was just interested in those that are using a Visa, I can just go ahead and update as usual. So that's really a way to add the smart logic, and you can go ahead and save as you need it. So the changes have not looked any different. And if you do need to preview what this looks like for the customer, you can go ahead and preview here, and you'll see what this looks like. Oops, I didn't spell grocery right. And once you've added it, you don't have to click save. It automatically saves for you. And it's a grocery store, not a story. There you go. Other things we've also included is also some setting or updates that you can see. The interface in terms of making changes to themes and everything has not changed, but it's always good to take a look at what we have there. So in terms of themes, they're totally customizable, so you can match your company look and feel as needed. You can also update any navigations to customize the experience to be something very similar to what they experience on your site. And if you do need to make any searches, so if you have to update and you're, instead of doing a test on Visa and you need to do a test on another tool, like if you need to do a company or a local bank card of some sort, you can update those and see what that's like as well. So that's pretty nice. Also, in addition to it, I'm not sure if other people see, but you can also go in, you can do a cognitive stress or usability test to analyze and make sure that your logic is sound and it can work. You can also generate test responses if you like. and that allows you to analyze and see the potential of what your reports and analytics could look like. This is especially helpful for those who are doing more advanced question types and they just want to see and showcase what this could look like for their management team to review, and it can all be erased prior to officially launching. So it's really good for the beta test. View logic flow chart, updating criteria, everything in here is customizable as well. So go ahead and save those changes and then you can update. So here we go. So that's basically the basics of the UI and UX experience. I do know that in terms of adding questions for advanced, we do have the same experience. So not only are you seeing your basics here, you're also seeing your advanced question types depending on the license that you currently have. And then you can also access your library of questions and select those as needed and put those into your survey as well. So those are the major changes. The next major change that we're going to see from QuestionPro is the respondent view. So we wanted to make, first and foremost, the experience of actually creating the survey easier for everybody. The next thing is to make it aesthetically pleasing for the user to take your surveys. So the next Q2 to Q3 is really focused on the user experience of the survey. If you guys have questions or like some feedback or want to share a story about what you've done what you'd like to see or what you've done, feel free to let us know. We'd be happy to talk about that. All right, so let's go ahead and go on to the next piece here. And we're going to talk about the evolution of surveys. So not only we are updating the experience of taking surveys, I know that when I first started, when I got out of school, a majority of people were still doing paper surveys, and now that has changed and it's now going to mobile friendly and online surveys. But what's next after that? A lot of people still think mobile is the future, and it is now, but we actually thought that it's going to be something different. And what we really wanted to do is humanize the survey experience and get people more engaged. So if you're talking to someone on the street or you're having a conversation via text message or online through tools like Slack and everything, we wanted to capture that experience and make that something that we can use for insights. So our evolution to the survey is what we call conversation forms. And so what we are doing next week, or not next week, actually mid-June, we're going to be rolling out a beta test of the new conversation forms. So you can have these available either online or via mobile devices or anything, and it really captures the look and feel of a standard text message conversation or a group message, and then the person can pick and choose what they like and add, and then the insights are really no different than what we've done before. So it's pretty exciting. So again, what are conversation forms? Again, we want to humanize, the website with intelligent conversation forms. And conversation forms really truly brings a personal touch to a survey or a form that they're filling out either on the website or on a device. And it has been shown that the conversation is more likely to capture more information. It's 5 times more likely to capture information from user responses from either a website or a mobile device. So we're changing the take survey experience into more of a chat-like conversation. So, when your website speaks to your visitor, now it could also listen. So when you're talking to them, asking them questions, we'll be able to use those particular conversations as insights for your needs. So if you're trying to collect leads from your site, or for sales, or if they have questions and it's particular to a conversation, then or feedback in terms of customer support, you can turn that into a better experience and also collect that data per usual and analyze it as your survey report. So you can see on the right side what that looks like when they go on the website, and it will go for each person. So once they close it out, it collects it and then moves the information back over to us. So it's pretty exciting. One of the form, all these form features that we have for are really interesting. It's very immersive, so it's very user-friendly to answer survey questions, and it's really elegant. I really enjoy the team that's been putting this together to really think about, it's really hard to look away, and it's very exciting. We like to call it a sticky stalker. So really, the conversations stick around as long as the visitor does. So if they're browsing on several pages on the site, you still can talk to them while they're looking at stuff. So that's really exciting to be able to engage and then re-engage. So that is a huge difference between that and like a website intercept. It's politely corrective. So if there's a user that makes a mistake by entering a value that doesn't exist, the bot within the form politely informs them and asks them to re-enter the right option. And so that's really great. And not only is it available on the site, but it's also mobile ready and all ready friendly. So that's a really great thing. As more and more people are using mobile devices to surf the internet, you don't have to wait or wonder, if I have this conversation form embedded on my site, is it going to show up on my mobile? Absolutely. It's already thought out. And it's all yours. It's customization at its finest. It configures all the colors, the themes, the aesthetics, all the same things that you have in terms of your survey. You can also do that with the conversation as well. And we also think that's going to be a huge deal closer. It's designed to be charmingly effective. The AI is really configured to get the maximum in terms of completed respondents from visitors on the site of any kind. So we really are excited to be able to showcase and show you exactly what this looks like. And I'll do a quick preview of what that looks like here in a bit. If this perks your interest and you're very interested in being a part of the beta test, because I'm excited about being a part of it. I don't know about you. It is going to launch mid-June 2017. And if you're interested in it, let us know. Let me know after this, and we can get you signed up to be a part of it. So that is one of the huge things that we have rolling out. And let's show you what the conversation forms look like right now. So let's take a look here. So here's a question, and you're like, how many places have you visited in the past month? And you got hotel, restaurant, gym, or spa, and I can pick through and say, I've been to a hotel, been to a gym and a restaurant, but I haven't gone to a spa. And then you just click enter, and that's my response. Now the next question, which gym are you most familiar with? Obviously, this might be about fitness. So I am probably most interested in here. I could have cut, but and then I could have asked, complete your here's an NPS question with Equinox Gym. How likely would you be to recommend? Not sure because I don't have that much experience. And then here's an open-ended question where I can respond back. And once that's done, It shows the Powered by QuestionPro or closes out and thanks them, and you're good to go. So it's pretty elegant. It's really nice and easy to put in. And the way to set it up is the very same way in terms of filling out the questions. So the thing that we just showed with adding the questions in the UI and UX and all that, exact same look and feel. The question types are standard. We are going to be adding some logic to it as well, which is really great because not other conversation forums out there has that. So we're going to be the first one out of the box to have that available to you. So that's exciting. Let's see here. Does look like I have a question from the audience. It looks like I'm really interested in the conversation forums. How much is this going to cost? That's a great question. The cost of it, actually, we're going to roll this out for free. As long as you have an account with QuestionPro, this is going to be available to you as part of your service. So again, if you want to beta test this and be a part of the group, give us some feedback. Let me know. I'll be more than happy to sign you up for the beta test group and get you started. So that is really, really cool. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about today is the mobile communities app. And we'll be doing a live demo of it. And basically anybody who has an online community through QuestionPro or are considering a panel management tool or an online forum of some type, this could be your opportunity to take that mobile, that community or the panel management tool on the go. So that is going to be very exciting. And not only that, but you'll also have the chance to customize the mobile app as you like. And we are working with Health Trust Advisors, and we'll be able to take a look at what that is as well. So just 1 second here. I'm going to go ahead and get the app going. Just 1 second here. I thought I had it connected and it disconnected, so my apologies. I'll just get this going real quick. Oh no, I apologize. One more try. Going to give this one more go. I had it going and it was lovely earlier today. Well, I apologize for that. I thought I had it going really nicely, and I really wanted to show this, but for some reason it is not showing. So what I will need to do is create a video. Actually, I do have a quick video that I did do, so let me open that up. One second here. So hopefully you can see this. I apologize again. Usually it works just fine. But the idea is that you'll be able to go through the app here, and you can see that you can have rewards, you can redeem. It does geolocation surveys, and then it also has discussion forums available on the go. So what the person will need to do, they'll just have to put in their email and then their password. And as soon as they have that, they will also get an access code. The access code is the only way that they can log into the particular community. So in this case here, I just typed in tech for the Tech Hub community, and that will open it up here, as you can see. Once I'm inside here, you can see that there's a survey to take, and then there's a poll that they can add. And if they click below to the home screen, you can also see home and collaboration options. And so if they wanted to click through the Apple Watch communities and ask them questions, they can then go in and answer questions and talk to others who have answered. So I've went ahead and answered a question, and then I can also go to the Fitbit discussion, add some information inside there as well. I'm really glad I saved a video, so that's really good. So I asked them, I wish it came in cooler colors. Then the person can click out to home and then check out, other profiles if they want communities to have access to the content, so you can do that. You can update your profile information, so if you want to have them add a picture of themselves, they can. And they can also see the leaderboard in terms of what surveys you've taken, all the surveys you've done. And then they can also check and see, who in the community is the leader last month, last year, all time. And if you want to log out, you can as well. So it'll take you right back to the front. So I'm really glad that I had that, because basically that was the same thing that I was going to go ahead and showcase. And again, you can also do the same thing with the an app if that's particular to a community itself. So if you want to use your colors, your themes, everything as well, you can do that and add your logos and update different buttons to your needs, so it's very cohesive. And if you have an existing app that is in your company and you want to integrate the two together, that is possible as well. So there's no need for someone to go ahead and download a new app just for this community. It can all be completely integrated as needed. So if you're interested, let me know. I'll be more than happy to get there. Good question, Carol. She wanted to know, where do you get the app? I should have mentioned that we do get the app. It is available in the Apple Store as well as the Android or Google Play Store. And so that, and we only support Apple or Android at this time, or iOS and Android. And you can just type in QuestionPro Communities, and that will pull up the app. And I can add more information or include more information with the slide deck and information that we'll send afterwards. So if you're interested in that, feel free to reach out to me, and you can get started. The other thing that I would be happy to do is give you access to go ahead and try out Tech Hub. So if you'd like to try out Tech Hub, get to know what that is, that would be good. Yes, well, I'm glad. That sounds great to you, Carol. Appreciate it as well. So let's see here next. So I'm glad I had a video. That's really good. When in doubt, always have a video ready to share, right? Just in case, because you know. And it was not QP communities. It was my own fault. For some reason, I just could not sync at the last minute my own personal phone to my own computer. So not on QuestionPro. That was all on me. So thank you for your patience there. Last thing we wanted to go over today is to talk about QuestionPro audience. And I really wanted to spend some time because this has been a part of our company that has been growing, and people are surprisingly still don't know that we offer this, but yet we're making lots of money from it and also helping a lot of our customers meet a lot of their respondent needs to get a lot of good data. So I like to call it where the people at. So QuestionPro audience updates are now available to you very soon. So you know what's new, what's better for you. Ever since Redley, the president of the team, has taken over this division, has really grown it out of our Chicago office. He's been able to grow it to up to, and his team that's global, to be able to grow it to over 20 million panelists worldwide. And we serve over 32 different countries. And so that's pretty impressive that you can go to one place and get global respondents. So that's pretty nice. And in addition to that, there's over 300 panel profiling data points. So that's a lot of data points, as you know. And so if you have very specific needs that you're looking for, we can help you find those. One of the key things that QuestionPro audience has been very successful on is concentrating on specific niches in the sampling industry, and it has allowed them to be some of the best in these particular areas, and we'll showcase what those are here shortly. So why choose QuestionPro audience? I think one of the things that people don't realize is that, you know, the sampling in terms of, you know, keeping it fresh, we have a team that continually audits the panelists to ensure that these people are hungry and ready to take surveys. They get incentives as needed, and they're constantly being rewarded for their opinions and feedback on anything that fits within the profile information that they offer to us. So that's something that's really good. So it's very reliable. The quality and the effectiveness of getting and doing a project with QuestionPro audience is second to none. And one of the great things that I've seen before is that, you know, a client can come to them on a Friday afternoon and say, I need some results by Monday to show to people and get a report. And it has happened, and it has happened multiple times, and it's very impressive in terms of how quick these responses are, and how quickly a report can be generated and given to you as well. And in addition to what they do in terms of getting the sample, they can also help with the full service side of creating the survey, deploying it on your behalf, and delivering your report that you can use to be able to present to your management or exec team as needed. So again, not only is QuestionPro got 20 million panelists, but they also have 65% of them, they're mobile friendly and ready to go. So we can capture them not just on their computers, but on the go, which is really great. And so we can send out surveys and capture these people where they are, and get that data immediately to you. So again, you know, Friday afternoon, you need something by Monday, it can happen. Although I know not everyone likes working on the weekends, and, and everything, but if it needs to be done, it can be done, and we can deliver things that quickly. So I think that's a wonderful thing about the team. And of course, again, like we said, it's really more than just sample. Sample is one part of the puzzle, but you also need to look at surveys. You need to know what questions to ask them. You need to know what profiling things that you can use for filtering segmentation in your surveys, and we can help create that, the full service experience if you really need that. And then from that, we can also help with doing analytics, creating a report that you can use and customize and send. So it's not just tapping the right audience, it's also about effectively listening to your audience through insightful surveys. And one of the greatest things about audience is truly the focus. I asked the marketing team on Tuesday, what are you guys really good at? Like, what is the niche that people keep coming back to you? And they told me that the dog lovers and the veterinarian niche is huge for them, and healthcare is also really big. But these 5 or 10 of them that they're showing here are some of the specialty niches that they actively have an account manager that's growing and adding and building to constantly grow and move and get excited new respondents for our customer base. So if you are someone who's in this field that need access to veterinarians, general contractors, college students, small business owners, frequent travelers, etc., we're a really great company to work with to make that happen for you. Again, 20 million panelists, 32 countries, full service offerings if you need it. I mean, it's pretty nice. And so a lot of times if you're looking at a survey, a platform and you need help with deploying it and you've got deadlines to meet, they are ones to work really quickly to deliver it for you. So I'm very excited. In terms of getting the information to you, there's 2 ways that you can access the information. One is through the site. So if you need to get quotes and add rewards and put people directly in the system, you can go through and get a list through this page here and buy responses. So that's one way to do it. The second way is if you go outside of the site itself. So if I logged out, then you can go into the page about communities and fill out a form for all the products and go to QuestionPro audience, and then you can fill out the information. So that would be available below right here. If you are working with a dedicated account manager, talk to them. They are the fast track to getting the quote for you. You can combine it with existing projects that you have coming up, which is really great. And we can work with you to make sure that we're not just looking at the survey and the insights, but we're also making sure that the data and the people that you have giving you feedback is quality. And that is going to be an extremely important part. So having a platform is great, but having quality respondents is the second part of doing insights. And so bringing this all together for you in a one-stop shop solution is really what QuestionPro is all about. We're all about insights, we're all about innovation, but we're also all about making it very cohesive and very easy for everyone to access. So let's go ahead and see if there's any more questions from the team. And doesn't look like there is so far. I'll keep waiting. So feel free to go ahead and pop some more questions. If you have questions about what you saw with conversational forms, with the QuestionPro audience, with the communities apps, feel free to reach out and go ahead and post those there. And to continue on with our conversation today, just wanted to recap again. Now that you've seen the new UI and UX, feel free to get started and, and continue to work through it. I know that you've probably, if you've done a project in the last week or so and needed to use the tool, you've probably already experienced what it is. We've had some insight updates and blog posts and newsletter updates in the past 2 months, but it's officially here, and it's ready to go. So that is something exciting as well. Again, if you do want hands-on experience for the Communities app, you can download the app from the Apple iTunes Store or the Google Play Android Store to get started. And I will be able to send you the Tech Hub demo account for you to log in, and you'll be able to get started and add yourself to the community and see what that's like. And then the last piece, of course, if you do need anyone to help you with your surveys, or you need sample and you can do the rest, we can help you with that as well. And of course, last thing, I always really enjoy the opportunity to educate and train our customers, but I also want to know what you want to learn about. So if you have any questions or would like to tell me what are some other things you want to learn from a solutions standpoint or from an industry standpoint, we're curious and we want to help you out. If you go to the chat box, I did post a survey. Go ahead and take that and tell me what you want to learn. We're in the process of creating new courses. We're adding new help files. We're really pushing hard to update those and make that experience very cohesive with all the new changes that are coming. And we are sending more blog posts and newsletters as well as social media. So if there's a better way for us to reach out and let you know what's new, what's happening, and how we can help you better learn and see the value of what we're doing here as QuestionPro, let us know. All right. Good question here. Fuad had a question. When does the enhanced UI start? The enhanced UI start is here, available now. So when you log in to QuestionPro, you should be able to see the new updates to the site right away and begin using the tool. All right, perfect. Okay, so it looks like there is potentially, let's see here. Okay. Does the Communities app track geolocation, and can it do geo-trigger surveys? Yes, it can. That's a really good question there. And what you can do is just based off of the geolocation that you put through the survey and launch through Communities, then that will be able to trigger. So for instance, if they are going to a particular store and they're in there for at least a certain amount of time, you can trigger something that can allow them to move forward to either a item or a coupon or something. So that's something new that we're really trying to include. We've been doing it for a while, but now that we have a new app, we're reintroducing those ideas. So that's a really great question. Can conversation forms do skip logic patterns? Good question. And the answer is yes, it will. We want to be the very first that has skip pattern and logics available. And so if someone says that they use a particular question or answer in a specific way, we move them towards the questions that are specific to the answers or relevant to them. Oh, another question here. Can you do custom variables with conversation forms? Oh, very good question. It depends on how you deliver the survey data in terms of the conversation. If you're capturing information while they're on the site, then we can use that based off of, maybe what page that they're on, what browser or what that they're using, those kinds of things, and those can be used for dissecting information as needed for customization and filtering. Very good question. And last question looks like I have here is from Naveen. Can I ask for the record of the session? Absolutely. We will be sending out the slides as well as the recording to every person who has registered for this. We are going to be doing a Keys to Success series each month that is very specific to solutions, to things that the audience wants to look at, as well as new features that we have. So again, it's very fluid in terms of what we want to show, but it really is customer centric. It's what you want to learn, how you want to learn it, and we are going to follow up and deliver all this information afterwards. So thank you for your question. We'll go ahead and wrap it up here. It doesn't look like there's any other questions for now. And that sounds good. So again, I appreciate your attendance today for being a part of this. And if you would like for us to follow up, feel free to email me at esther.lavielle@questionpro.com, and we'll be able to follow up and get you started where you need to go. So thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.